Hello everyone, welcome back to the workshop. Today we're going to be taking this 1-inch piece of square stock mild steel and we are going to be turning it into a radius block for the anvil. Thank you all for watching. So step one, we're going to take this bar. As you can see, I've left it fairly long. That way I don't have to try to negotiate tongs, and I can use the upset block on my anvil and the bar itself as the hammer or the weight in order to upset the end of this bar. The reason for the upset at the end of the bar is so this way we can get thickness that is gradually tapering up thicker and thicker, that prevents it from just slipping and falling all the way through the hardy hole of the anvil. And then that way we can forge the block itself on top then. So we want to focus and get a really good localized heat. And then when we come out, before I go to the upset block, I will go to the quench tank and quench just the end of it off. About a ½ inch, maybe probably more like 3/4 to an inch of material off in the quench tub. And then I will start the upsetting operation at the anvil upset block. So stick with me and we'll be at the anvil next. Okie doke, everybody. So now we've got that upset, and all I'm doing here is just cleaning up a little bit of that rag that was created when we cut it off of the piece. This is going to be the bottom of the tool that'll drop through the anvil. Don't have to go too serious with this. We just want to get it squared up for the next operation. This way everything is nice and in line. Once you got everything good and centered up, you're good to go. So what we will do now is we will go ahead and heat up this piece here. Now I went ahead and upset this piece from 1 inch square or 25 mil square. Let me see if I can get my ruler out here. And we upset that to 1.5 inches. So 62 millimeter square, or no, sorry, 32 mil square is what we did, or 32.5 or 33 mil square is what we did. So we did a little bit of an upset. It's not a big increase, but it's enough that when you set it in the hardy hole here, it's going to have a pretty nasty bite to it, and we're going to be able to develop some shouldering, and that's what we're wanting to do. While we're working this block, we're going to work it both ways, to this way and to this way. That way there's no fear in being able to pull this block out in any direction. And that's what we're going for. So if you do not have an anvil that's got a good hardy hole here, for this type of work to create really good clean edges, square edges, you can use something like a swedge block if you have that. Then there's also some videos online about making a bolster plate, a square hardy hole bolster plate. They were put out there by Mark Asbury. I will put some links in the description down below to go check out his channel and his videos there. He's got a great one on making a bolster, a hardy hole bolster plate, in order to take and put this type stuff through there. So that may be an option for you. So I'm going to get this heated back up, but on this end here, and drop it in the hardy hole and start upsetting it with the sledgehammer. Now that we've got that fully upset from inside the anvil, now what we're going to do, we took another big heat on this, and now we're just going to square it up. Alright, so now that we've got this squared up here, or mostly squared up, you'll notice, start to notice hopefully, that there's some cupping in the top. That'll be fixed by going back into the hardy hole. Okay, I'm gonna go back into it, give me a sec. Nope, that doesn't come apart. Let's go this way. There we go. Goes down in there. Now we'll use the sledge. There we go. Says what you see here now. Now we're starting to get a pretty square block. You have to keep going back to the hardy hole and then back to squaring everything up. What we're trying to do is get these sides in plane with one another. So this way they're not at a diagonal as you see here. So that's what we're working on. So this way this diagonal effect isn't happening. So we're going to keep hammering it, going back and forth between hand hammer, this way to square it up, and the hardy hole. Now I'm doing this all by myself. This goes really fantastic if you have a friend with a sledgehammer for the day. It really does go fantastic. This goes really, really quick to make one of these. And you can make two. One for your buddy and one for you. So, let me get this heated back up. I'll go back through this process. And then we'll be over at the grinder. And we'll go ahead and finish this up and get it all cleaned up. Alright, so here we go. Now we've got most of this really cleaned up. The rest of this, since I don't have a striker to get this perfectly flat and all square like by myself, I'm going to go ahead and go to the grinder now and just grind these, clean these up really nice. And then I will go ahead and radius the edges here. If you notice I put a little bit of a chamfer on them, that's just to help radius the edges a little bit. Now, with a radius edge block, you want to do at least 2 different sides, 2 different radiuses. So the way I do it is I do in one direction like here. I do a really nice big radius. Since all my edges are sharp on my anvil, I'll do a really nice big radius on these for when I need big radiuses. And then I will turn it and I will do half of whatever that radius was in this direction. Once again, you can make that up on your own, however you choose to take and do something, or what type of radius you want there. Last but not least, you want to make sure you throw your touch mark in there. And if you made this out of a piece of high carbon tool steel instead of mild steel, you'll want to go ahead and go through the trouble of hardening and tempering it just so it lasts for a really good long time. A mild steel block like this is going to last a really long time anyhow, for the amount of use that you may or may not use it for. You know, mild steel tooling can be just as good as regular tool steel tooling. It just doesn't last as long. So if you're looking to get 50 years out of this, that may not happen, but you could probably get a year or 2 out of a piece of tooling like this. So that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this little demonstration. Let me know what you thought of it in the comment section down below. Like always, I enjoy hearing from you. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if that's something that you're into, and ring that little jingly bell for notifications. I make new videos every single day. So like I always say, God bless you, and we will catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.